Well, good morning, guys. It's Pastor Andy. We're going to be doing our devotions today out of the book of Deuteronomy. Yep, we're going Old Testament on you this morning. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 and 5. Let me read them for us. Listen, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord alone. And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your strength. When I read that, that's probably a verse that many of us have heard. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, and strength. And we've read it in the New Testament, but here's the original spot that it's put at, and when it's talking to the nation of Israel here. And when I read this, it reminded me of something else that I've been reading. I love to read, and I read a lot of different books, biographies even. And one of the biographies I was reading had a story in it about someone else, and I wanted to share that with you this morning because it goes so along with this verse. Jonathan Felcher was a contemporary of Jonathan Wesley, and we don't hear a lot about John Felcher. Jonathan Wesley, many of you have probably heard of, but Jonathan Felcher was known as Terrific Felcher because of his passion for God. This was a guy who was serious about his relationship with the Lord. Fletcher would kneel in prayer in his room on this hardwood floor every day and spend hours at a time in prayer and worship of God. In fact, after his death, they went into his room and found that there were grooves worn in the wood floor where his knees were, where he would spend hours in prayer, and he would pray up close to a wall. And so not only were there these grooves where his knees were, but the wall that was in front of him was stained with his breath as he would pray for hours on end, worshiping God. And when I heard about this and when I read about this week, I became fascinated with this thought that someone had that kind of a relationship with God, that they would spend hours on top of hours in the same place, in the same position, praying and worshiping God like that. That is a person who is serious about their relationship with God. That is a person who, as this verse says, loves the Lord God with all their heart, all their soul, and all their strength. That is a serious love for God. Heart, soul, strength. That's everything. That's every part of us. We love God so much. That's loving and adoring God with everything that is inside of us and everything that we are. When I read that, I was so convicted in my own heart and in my own spirit that I don't spend that kind of time praying and worshiping God every day. I thought, I wonder if anyone would ever find a spot where I pray. I mean, I walk up and down the aisles and pray in the auditorium, but the carpet's kind of worn in there, so it's not going to be from me that it's so worn. But I thought, I wonder what kind of legacy, though, I'm leaving to my family and to those that I'm close to. Is it going to be one that Andy loved God with every part of him? He served God. He had that passion for God. Is that the legacy that I'm going to leave behind? I hope so. And if I'm going to leave that kind of legacy behind, I need to be working on it today. I need to be focused today. How can I be a person today who loves God with every part of their being? Heart, soul, strength, everything. If I'm going to be remembered by it, I need to do it every day. So how do I do it today? I need to focus today on keeping God number one and worshiping Him with every part of me. That means I'm following Him after in my life. I'm spending time in His Word and in prayer every day. I want to be that kind of a Christian. I hope you want to be that kind of Christian too. I was reading about a man named Ignaz France in the mid-1700s, and he wrote this: Holy God, we praise Thy name. Lord of all, we bow before Thee. All on earth Thy scepter claim. All in heaven above adore Thee. Infinite Thy vast domain, everlasting is Thy reign. And when we see God like that, when we know that He is the true God and His reign is forever, He's the only one worthy of our worship. He's the only one worthy of us loving Him with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our strength. So I encourage you today, let's love God the way He deserves to be loved, with every part of us. That means showing the love of Jesus through us to every person we come in contact with. I hope that you'll do that today. You'll be a person who loves God with every part of your being. I hope you get in God's Word, read it for yourself, and see what God has for you. And until tomorrow, God bless you and have a great day.